Hi, and welcome back to Classical Coffee as we explore the magic of Mozart. Mozart was a man of the theater, and the magic of the theater is the magic of Mozart. Today we're going to look at his overture to the great opera Don Giovanni, which was one of 5 great operas that Mozart produced in the last years of his life. His operas transformed the genre. They gave a new dramatic depth and a musical richness to opera that, like so many of his other compositions, transcended the model. Here's another great quote from Leonard Bernstein about Mozart. Mozart's music is constantly escaping from its frame because it cannot be contained in it. This transcendent quality is what attracts us to Mozart's music. Now, Mozart described Don Giovanni as a merry drama, which seems an odd choice of words, but it's actually perfect because this is a work about elemental forces in opposition and conflict. Written and premiered in 1787 in Prague, it blends comedy, drama, and the supernatural into a work that is at the same time charming, frightening, and mesmerizing. It is the story of Don Juan. Mozart portrays him as an anti-hero, at the same time irresistibly charming and terrifyingly flawed and doomed. Don Juan is a man of mystery, a man of masks. And while he is the lead character of the opera, in a stroke of genius, Mozart gave him no solo arias to explain to us who he is. We only discover his character in the relationship he has with other people. The women he seduces, his servant, and especially with his nemesis, the Commendatore, the infamous stone guest, which is the living statue of a man Don Juan had killed, come back to life to haunt him and drag him to judgment. The overture captures these opposing dramatic elements perfectly. A dark opening hints at the fate that awaits Don Juan. The music sounds like the ominous steps of the living statue coming for Don Juan's soul. Scary stuff, especially for 18th century Prague. Then comes an anxious, searching element in the strings, interrupted by poignant and fateful strokes from the full orchestra. And then comes a masterful moment of the uh-ohs. You know, that moment in a movie where you go, uh-oh, don't open that door. There is this rising and falling scale line, rushes up in a crescendo and suddenly retreats in a subito piano, 4 times happening. And it sounds as if someone is sneaking up on Don Juan. Then, in an abrupt contrast, comes the allegro. A brilliant burst of bright energy in the sunny key of D major, in contrast to the opening D minor. All that is ominous seems forgotten, and Don Juan is off to woo a beautiful woman. It is the relationship between these 2 contrasting musical states, ominous and foreboding, and carefree and charming. It's the relationship between those 2 that forms the musical action in the overture, and certainly the dramatic action in the opera. Thanks for joining us for Classical Coffee. Check back in tomorrow as we look at one of Mozart's most personal creations, his Piano Concerto No. 24.